Hi, this is Dr. Culhane from Envisage Mercy, the Environmental Sustainability and Justice Club.
I'm Abigail, President of the Environmental Sustainability and Justice Club.
I'm Kashim Hall, the Vice President of Envisage, Environmental Sustainability and Justice Club.
I'm Shivani Mistry, the Creative Director of Envisage.
And behind the camera is Clement Beaumont, Creative Director of Envisage. And we're here at 145 Palisades at an old factory that I used to work at when I was in high school back in the 1970s, working with toxic ammonia gas, making music booklets and then stapling them together. And like many places in the post-industrial world, this factory has been turned from a factory into an artist's atelier, where on the second floor there, where you can go to the fourth floor, where you can see those bookshelves, they have a wonderful place called Curious on Hudson. And Curious on Hudson is a bookstore and a meeting place for activists, many who are interested in the arts and science and in community life and in bringing sustainability and justice to the river towns. So Thursday night, Clement and I were at a presentation that I made up there for community members, not just from the river towns, but people came from as far away as Rockaway and Brooklyn to attend a talk that I gave on the promise of the biogas solution for bringing sustainability and justice to our communities. And they got excited, and we had a kit that Warren Wiseman from Hestia Home Biogas out in Oregon had sent me, and Warren had come here as part of our biogas education team sponsored by our NGO Solar Cities Solutions. Solar City Solutions is an NGO, Executive Director Gail Richardson, with a board of directors that includes people from Quasar Energy and Incinerator Corporation and the Smithsonian. And this wonderful NGO, which brings Solar City Solutions, in particular biogas, to developing countries, was able to bring together a team of biogas experts from around the world to our river towns to discuss how we can use the transformation of food waste in particular into fertilizer and fuel and how that can help. And one of the things we noted on that trip when we came was that this duck pond, because of the duck feces that you see here, the ducks will defecate into the water, and the methanogenic bacteria in their feces gets into the mud and then begins to ferment. And these bacteria have adapted to become what we call psychrophilic. That is, they can handle cold temperatures. So even here in the winter, as you see with all this snow, when I plunge this down, you begin to see methane bubbles erupt from the mud there. So there's a substantial amount of methane, and you can smell a bit of the hydrogen sulfide coming up. So there is all this methane buried down there. That says to us that we have active methanogens in this mud. So we take this mud and we're putting it in Warren Wiseman's home biogas science kit for schools, which basically consists of these water bottles. This came with the kit, and it's got markings here on temperature. It's got a temperature strip that you get for an aquarium. This is just one that Curious on Hudson has, and we're filling these up with the mud, and then we're going to wait for them to ferment, and then we're going to add food waste that we grind up in a food grinder like the Incinerator that we're going to use. And then we will demonstrate the flammability of the methane, which is cooking gas, natural gas, and then we'll use the fertilizer to show how good it is for growing food. So you can do this at home. You don't need to start a biodigester on animal manures. We have, Tashim and I were out at the Rockefeller, one of the barns out there, one of the stables, getting our horse manure for starting the bigger digesters that we have at Mercy College. But those need to be kept at body temperature because the bacteria came from the guts of an animal, so it needs body temperature. These can handle colder temperatures. They don't produce as much gas, but they work at the lower temperatures. And you can actually mix both so that you can have both the higher production and the lower temperature production. But we're going to start this one just on lake mud. It's easy to get here. I've tried that before. It's a great idea.
Aw, of course. Shivani's always the Girl Scout.
Yeah, it actually takes a little bit longer. Although maybe if I just go like this, it'll help me to splash it over. That's a good idea. and then I have both, the best of both worlds. So thanks a lot for watching. Hope you'll start your own biodigester at home. As they say, we are professionals, but please do try this at home. And know that it's very easy to start a biodigester. You need a source of the methanogenic archaea that make it happen, and pond mud is a great solution, especially if you don't have a way to get animal manure. Although, big secret, you can use your own